Welcome to the Double E Show. Bad strategy, horribly simulated.
What's going on, everybody? Jibba73 back with the Double E Show. It's Felon Fridays, Prison Architect. So when we left off in the last episode, I had to make some additions to the planning for the prisoner side of the prison. I had to throw in some more function rooms and put in some things that he needed, like solitary and parole and whatnot. So we've virtually completed the front half of the prison. In this episode, I am going to plan out the security areas, the armory, the dogs, the security stations, CCTV, things like that, staff rooms, the staff canteen, and possibly a staff kitchen for themselves. I'm going to do this in this way. I'm going to do the time lapse, but we are going to try to maintain this prison with as few guards as possible. So there will be a ton, and by a ton, I mean a buttload of security cameras, which will be keeping the eyes on the prisoners. So I am going to probably make sure that I have a really large security setup. I'm going to have separate buildings for CCTV and phone taps and things like that for the for each individual area. So, for instance, this cell block here will get probably 2 CCTV monitors. So that'll be up to 16 CCTV cameras. Since there's going to be a common room in here with telephones, it'll have a phone tap for 2 for each of the for all the phones that are going to be in there. This one will have a separate one. The dormitory that I planned out right here will have its own CCTV monitors, and since they do not have their own common room, they'll have a general common room. There'll be phone booths that will be in there, and they will have whatchamacallit there. They will have phone taps for that as well. I will have CCTV monitors in every single prison room, including parole. When we get to the point where we can have, like one guard in the yard, one guard in the canteen, it's going to save us a ton of money. And then, just the guards it'll take to man the CCTV monitors and whatnot. So that's the idea behind it. We're ready to build. Here we go. there we go. I think that's enough for the planning there. So we have, I have several security rooms. Each one will be this security room will have the CCTV and phone taps for this and monitor this yard. This security room will have CCTV and phone taps for this cell block and monitor this room. This CCTV will monitor these 2 dorm rooms here with their bathrooms and phone taps as well, along with these here. So there's going to be the CCTV for the common room, I believe this is the chapel, the classroom, and all of this right here. Okay. And then this one down here will be the CCTV for this block of items right here, which I believe is protective custody. Protective custody and the, what did I make this? The laundry, the infirmary, the morgue, the psychologist office. What were these again? This was the mail room and the shop. So this will be the CCTV for all of that. This middle one will be the CCTV for the canteen, any phone booths that I decide to put in here if I do, and these guys right here, the parole rooms, and it'll cover the holding cell, the CCTV for the visiting rooms, and then this security office down here will be if we decide to put any upper level housing in. This power block will be for upper level housing. So we might want to make a small cell area for those white collar criminals who commit big crimes while they're in the pen, and their security level goes up. Normally, they would be transferred out to another facility, but this game doesn't work like that. So we will make a very strict facility in here for them. And I think we can plan that off at any time after we start building the prison. This power block will power everything over here. This power block will power the workshop and the offices and the staff room. So this power block should cover just about everything. Then this power block here will be all of the power block and water pump will be all of the staff areas back here, security. We have the kennel and the armory. We have a security room. We have the security chief's office here. We have a staff canteen, staff bathroom. We have a small staff room with some couches for comfort. Just as up here, we have a staff canteen with staff room mix. Right here. So I mean, I think we've pretty much got everything as far as I can tell. So that's a visitation. Yep. So if you think you've seen anything that I might be missing, put them in the comments below so that I can correct that, because next week we start building the prison. Next week we start putting buildings in. We go through and we put the buildings in and we start spending a lot of money. And if you think that I've missed anything, I want to get that planning in before we spend the boatload of money. So listen, if you like what you're watching, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Tell your family, tell your friends. If you have any suggestions of what you think I should do here, the only suggestion I got for a prison name so far was the Free Flow Prison. And I thought of, hey, Free Flow Federal Penitentiary. It's a mouthful, but anyways, put them in the comments below and I will read them. And with that, I will catch you next Friday for another episode of Felon Fridays, Prison Architect. Peace.
That was a failure of epic proportions, unacceptable.